Hello, hello. This is the My Artifact episode number 3570. Today's date is 2nd of September 2025. It's been almost like a night at 7:38 p.m. All right. Okay. There is a couple of things that I wanted to mention. Okay. I am I born on this day. Okay, 2nd of September 2000. 1993. Okay, I born on this day. Okay, yeah. And for me, I don't really think that ki birthday should supposed to be celebrated. Okay, yeah. At least like basically my birthday. And why I'm actually saying this thing, like I don't know, I just feel like that na ki when this day came, it's kind of like a somebody curse to me. And it it doesn't feel like is not feel really good. It definitely not feel really good. Okay. There is a couple of things are responsible for that. Okay. uh, First of all is that ki I am 32. Yeah, today I became 32. I am not earning any money. I am living with my parents. Yeah, you could judge me. Yeah, I am be kind of like that pathetic person. Yes, I am. So because of I am kind of like a somebody this person, because of I'm kind of like a somebody. So so basically, like what I'm trying to tell you na ki usually success is always determined or sort of associate with the age, like what is your age or things like that. Okay, yeah. Like what exactly is this thing? Why? Like I already mentioned regarding about the rules that we have. Okay, what exactly rules means like that ki at particular time we need to achieve some certain things, or society kind of like a simply expect that you have to achieve that particular thing. Like basically till the age of 30 you have to get a job. Okay, this is the kind of like a simply societal expectations and things like that, which is true, which is kind of, I'm not really saying that that is bad, no, which is exactly right. Okay, yeah. But it's not kind of like a simply right for the person who wanted to do something different. Okay, yeah, like this is kind of like a simply right statement for the person who wanted to kind of like a simply just be the life as a kind of like a simply normal. Okay, yeah, as he wanted to be. And almost like a 99% of the people are kind of like a simply belong to that. But there is a 1% of the people who kind of like a want to kind of like a live the life in his own terms and things like that. So those people are kind of like a simply not fall in that particular rule. Okay, yeah. But what I'm trying to tell you, not fall means like that they think they not fall, but still society didn't really expect that they are kind of like a part of this thing and stuff like that. So what I'm trying to tell you is this thing. The most of the people are kind of like somebody thinks that na ki till the age of 30 they actually achieve this, till the age of 30 they have to achieve that and that. And I'm 32 and haven't really get a job. So probably I feel like failure. That is kind of like a somebody true. Okay, yeah. And if I'm kind of like a somebody being really failure, then how would I supposed to be kind of like a simply have kind of like a simply that key? Why should you supposed to be celebrate? Okay, so basically I don't want to celebrate this day, and not just kind of like a simply for this, but from every possible scenario. Like I don't know, yeah, this birthday is just like basically I'm the kind of like a some person now that I don't want to celebrate my birthday. Okay, just not because like I don't really think that it's a kind of like a something a way that ki uh, I don't know how do I supposed to explain, dude. Okay, yeah. Like other people love celebrate their birthday, but I don't like celebrating my birthday. It just like it does feels like kind of like somebody really cursed to me and stuff like that. And this is actually happen is because of that ki till the age of 32 I'm kind of like somebody being really failure person. So yeah, this is kind of like a somebody main reason for that. But dude, like let me tell you one thing, na. Birthday is a kind of like a something a new opportunity. Is a kind of like a something new way of celebrating life. It's a like a birthday is okay. Like let me tell you one thing. Okay, yeah, whatever actually happening in your life, okay, is not determined by the kind of like a something like what I'm trying to tell you is this thing, your existence is actually started from this day. Okay. Whatever you do, right or wrong, or not do anything at all, it kind of like a started from this day. And it kind of like a something, yeah, because like basically is this thing na, ki you are actually thinking from only your point of perspective. Okay, yeah. Like let me tell you one thing. Success is not just determined by the kind of like assembly how much you earn or how much is this thing. Success is also determined by how much value that we are providing to the others. Means like that ki you are kind of like a somebody son of somebody, or kind of like a somebody you are kind of like a somebody a person who is kind of like associate. Let's just take that ki my mother. Okay, my mother is always really happy when I like basically when this day came. Okay, is because of that ki not because of that ki I born on this day. It is also because of that ki on this day she became mother of somebody. Okay, yeah. So basically is this thing, let her celebrate that, no, let her celebrate that, and let her celebrate that thing with a kind of like a person that she born with, or she kind of like a somebody like a give the life on that day. And unfortunately that person is you, so probably she have that kind of like a somebody that ki like she has to be kind of like a celebrate this day. It's not kind of like a things that ki you cannot say that ki like basically not should supposed to be celebrate the birthday and things like that. Okay, so you are completely wrong in this thing. Okay, you might think that ki this day is a kind of like a somebody really curse and things, and you are feel really failure, and I don't want to be kind of like a somebody this thing that. Imagine a situation that ki let's just say that ki you are being really successful. Okay, so would you not celebrate this day? Like I will definitely not gonna celebrate this day. Like I accept this thing. I accept that ki like basically yes, I know that ki this day is kind of like a something literally valuable for the people around me and stuff like that. But it didn't really value for me now. But dude, bhai, like basically it is thing that ki who do you supposed to be judge that ki this day is celebrate or not? Like basically what I'm trying to tell you is this thing, because they are kind of like a celebrating this day as a birthday, they are getting little bit of enjoyment in their life na. It kind of like a gives them reason to kind of like a laugh or kind of like a things, or maybe I don't know. So why are you taking that kind of like a something that chance? Why are you taking that thing? Dude, listen, I accept all the things, dude, but I just really really hate this day. I just like don't want this day. What should you supposed to want? What is actually kind of like a things that you are kind of like a simply expecting? What exactly you want? I want that na ki like no one remembers this day that I born. Huh? Like I love to celebrate my accomplishment that I did. Like basically 11th of February 2015. This is the kind of like a day that I started Artifact. I love to celebrate that day, and I do celebrate that day with myself in the Artifact and things like that. I kind of like say that ki this is the 11th of February and stuff like that. Okay, I wanted to celebrate that day. Also, I wanted to celebrate such a day that I kind of like simply achieve something or accomplish something. I don't really think that ki birthday is kind of like some things the way that should supposed to be kind of like a um, something that ki celebrate. Or why do you think like that? Like I already mentioned na failure and things like that. Is it only reason, or is it any kind of like a another reason for that? Okay, the problem is that na ki I don't want to be get into the spotlight. Okay, and yeah, and birthday is a kind of like a something there, something like that ki it's kind of like something getting into the spotlight, and I don't want to get into spotlight. Okay, like okay, what exactly is this thing? What exactly meaning of spotlight? A spotlight is not meant to be kind of like a something the a spotlight means like that na ki like okay, let me kind of like simply clarify. Okay, yeah, people call me happy birthday and things like that. I would say thank you, and every time I was really have very awkward silence into that. I don't know what should I supposed to say. And that is something that na ki, like, dude, you are kind of like simply overreacting regarding about that. Okay, it's not that kind of like a things that you should supposed to be kind of like a stuff and stuff. It's just tell me what exactly happened. Okay, so basically the day happened. Okay, yeah, I kind of like a somebody. My day was really productive. Okay, yeah, I kind of like did everything what I did, and that's good. Now, basically, I have routine that ki every evening I have to be go to the kind of like a somebody do my workout, do my running and things like that, because like this is kind of like a somebody routine I decided and I wanted to do that thing. Okay, yeah. And when I didn't really run, when I didn't really do any kind of like a workout, now I feel kind of like a somebody wrong. I feel that something that key, because I'm doing this thing for almost like a 3 and 4 year, and right now I'm kind of like really used to with this thing, and I'm really habitual because at the moment, like basically at 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. I have to be run. I have to be run. Like this is kind of like a things. This is kind of like things that I want. Okay, and basically if this thing not happened now, then my head got fucked up. One thing. Another thing is that like basically what exactly happened at 6:30. Okay, I kind of like make my tea, and my mother told me that bring the cake and things and that. And basically I thought that like let's just not argue with that thing, let's just not argue anything at all. Like basically I don't want to kind of like bring any cake or things like that, but still if I didn't really bring any cake, then my sister will went to the market and she will bring the cake. Okay, but cake will definitely gonna like basically cake will definitely gonna cut. It's not that it's not even optional. So let's just say that okay, okay, let's go, let's bring the cake. I bought the cake. I kind of like suddenly came home, and right now I just decided that let's go to the running. Okay, yeah. Now my mother told me is that why are you going to running every single day and this and that and stuff, and it's your birthday, you should celebrate this and that. My head got fucked up. Okay, this is the one thing. This is the one thing. Okay, yeah. Now basically is this thing na ki I can't argue with my mother. Like basically, like I'm kind of like a feel already a failure right now, and if I'm kind of like in this thing particular situation, I don't want to be kind of like a argue. Like let's just say ठीक है यार चलो नहीं जाता मैं चलो I will kind of like stay at home. Okay, yeah. Now Prashik is also really excited. And he is kind of like something, even if I'm saying that do not bring cake, do not, like he was also really excited. He said भाई तू आ जा यार थोड़ा सा आ जा बस केक खा ले और घर चला जा. And this is kind of like something like basically I don't want to ditch anybody, but it's just like that कि if I kind of like somebody listen to somebody, then I have to be ditch somebody. And this is something really fucked up thing that happened. I kind of like mention Prashik भाई मत ला यार केक मत लेके, like basically don't bring the cake. It's just like that हम कल काट लेंगे केक यार. But he is also not really convinced. He says that भाई like today is the day we should supposed to celebrate. Today is the day we should supposed to celebrate. भाई बस 2 मिनट के लिए आ जा बस केक काट ले और बस खा भी ना मत चला जा फिर. And this is kind of like something that I am kind of like became the sandwich, become like basically the stuff that I wanted to do, I can't do it. Like basically I wanted to run and I can't run, and this is kind of like really fucking my mind. And another thing is that this fucking rain happened right now. Like the rain is not supposed to be, I like the rain. It's not the thing is that rain, like I didn't like, I love the rain, but yeah. And it happened every single time every single time I kind of like decided that bhai yaar mat celebrate karo na yaar birthday. It's kind of like a things that na let me kind of like clarify. Okay, yeah. The people who don't really have parents, they have kind of like somebody always have value for their parents. Okay, or maybe let's just say that ki you are kind of like a person, your parents died because of something. Okay, yeah. And you are actually grown up without the parents or things like that. So you always have kind of like a value regarding about parents, like being a parents, being a mother, being a father, or kind of like somebody having a kind of like ask somebody to father, mother. It's yeah. Okay. And basically is this thing na ki if you don't really have any parents or things like that, then your birthday is never gonna celebrate. It's just like your birthday is just like the kind of like somebody just another day. That's it. It's just nothing really at all. Okay. and let's just take another person who is kind of like a suddenly born with a big family with kind of like a mother and father, and basically they are kind of like a celebrating birthday and things and that. Okay, so what is actually happened, let's just say two people, one people who are kind of like a simply have parents, another people doesn't really have parents. Okay, so one people are wanted to celebrate the birthday because he never really celebrate the birthday, so he wanted to celebrate his own birthday, and he has this kind of like a value that he's supposed to celebrate the birthday. But the person who kind of like been through family and things and he celebrates all the birthday, that person doesn't want to be celebrated birthday. It's kind of like a inverse things. Okay, what I'm trying to tell you is this thing na ki we actually value the stuff that we don't have it. Okay, like basically in the situation first, the person who don't really have parents, that means they are not celebrating the birthday, so it's non-existence. So the value of the birthday for that a person is much bigger. From my point of perspective, like I'm kind of like a B person. Okay, because I'm actually belong to the big family, mother, father things and that, and always celebrating birthday and thing, even if I'm kind of like a fucking failure. Okay, but still kind of like a celebrating. I don't want that because it's kind of like overwhelming. This is what it is. Okay, like you actually seen this thing. The people who have kind of like a only mother, they are kind of like some really less respect. They have little less respect towards mother, and some people don't really have mother. They have a lot of respect for mother. It's kind of like a thing. It's a human thing, by the way. So yeah. So what exactly you want? I want this day is over. That's it. Yeah. It's just like that. Like basically I just kind of like somebody go downstairs, kind of like somebody took a shower, cut the cake, eat the cake, and I just wanted to do my work because right now I can't run. Okay, because it's been almost like 8 p.m. Yeah, almost like a 7:55 p.m. and I can't go outside, I can't do workout and can't. So basically there is only one thing that I should supposed to do is that just do my work. Okay, like basically there is a couple of changes is actually happening inside of me. Okay, and what is that? I'm kind of like a something bit more priority regarding about my work. Okay, because I think that like basically the value of the person is actually determined by the stuff that you do. Your work is matter, and yeah, like I'm really fucking failure, dude. Yeah, dude, just like I'm 32, I'm not, because sometimes I just kind of like I'm really ashamed of myself that what the fuck is this life? I do know all the consequences. I do know how this thing happened. I do know why I'm failure. I do know everything. Yeah. But, like, do you feel that you are kind of like something ashamed of yourself? Like basically yes, yeah. Like basically just like that, I don't know. Okay, I think that I am. Sometimes I just kind of like feel really ashamed when someone called me happy birthday. I'm say thank you and says what are you doing? I'm just kind of like doing my work and things like that. Oh yeah, that is okay and things and that. I kind of like only they didn't really tell me, like they didn't really kind of like says me anything that like this and that. But I sense that thing that yes, yeah, you are kind of like a fucking failure and things like that, and stuff like that. And I'm not failure, dude. I am definitely not a failure. Okay, so don't really think about that you are kind of like a failure. I am not fucking failure. Okay, and basically this day, even if I'm like, dude, okay, I wanted to achieve some sort of thing. Okay, let me tell you one thing. My life is not kind of like a simply ordinary person who's kind of like doing 9 to 5 job and stuff like that. I kind of like say born for some purpose and I wanted to achieve that purpose. So you don't really kind of like consider yourself a failure and things like that. It's a kind of like a transition that you have. Like basically it's a kind of like a growth chart. Growth is actually start from the beginning. And beginning start from the zero na, dude. So you might consider yourself you are in kind of like a position 2 or position 3. Okay, yeah. So this is what it is. Now don't just fuck it up, dude. And don't just kind of like just think about the number. Like basically is this thing na, life is really big, much bigger. Like if you kind of like consider that कि भाई आधी जिंदगी खत्म हो गई है, then stuff and stuff like that, it's not. Like basically the quality of life is not determined by the number, it determined by the moment. And you have a lot of really good moment, dude. Not with the kind of like a personal, but as also kind of like a somebody other point of perspective too. Like you know what you want to achieve in your life. You are kind of like a understand. You already have kind of like a chart regarding about what stuff that you wanted to do. But don't really consider yourself as a failure, dude. Just wait. Just wait a little. Just believe on yourself, believe on your work and things like that. And like basically na like it's just like that na ki I never really feel really hurtful any other day. Like basically sometimes my parents are kind of like a hello. Like why these days kind of like something so much hurting for me is that ki um like basically it's this thing na ki I'm seeing the number. Okay, I'm actually seeing the number 32. Fucking 32. I'm seeing that fucking number. And 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 that's why it just kind of like somebody feels like that bhai yaar. Like let me tell you one thing now. Okay, ki my first thought. Why do you think that ki this like basically is this thing na ki like right now it's just like that while I was kind of like a recording, I got almost like a 2 calls. Okay, like a one call is actually from my sister, another call is actually call from my Vini, then things and that. It's just like okay. There are a couple of things that kind of like somebody really hurting me. Okay, yeah, and this day is kind of like somebody really hurt me a lot. Okay, because on this day I kind of like somebody just became 32. In the future I became 33. In the future I became 34. It just when this number actually seen that na, it just feels like that ki bhai it's like yeah. No, it's not really that ki I don't want to cross this number. I always wanted to look young and things like that. No, that's not the kind of like a things. But is this thing na ki like okay, let me kind of like simply give you the thoughts. Okay, yeah. When I record Artifact in 2015, okay, yeah, 11th of February 2015. Okay, so basically on that day, okay, yeah, I kind of like decide that. Okay, what exactly decide that? What is exactly my decision? I still remember that day. Okay, I decided that ki like basically I am kind of like a something quit this engineering diploma and I wanted to go to the Bombay. Okay, yeah. So when I go to the Bombay, I will went to the Devgan production house. I will kind of like a pitch my idea, pitch my kind of like a something script and things like that. Okay, and they will kind of like a somebody convinced to make a movie and stuff like that. And basically I decided that ki 2nd of September 2015 I will celebrate this day on in Bombay. Okay, yeah. It's not really that kind of like a party or things like that, but kind of like a something that ki I was like basically is this thing na ki I consider that ki I will gonna celebrate my birthday in Bombay, in Bollywood and things like that. Not the kind of like a something very big party or things like that, but just kind of like a part of the people. It feels like that ki yes, I'm growing, and right now I am kind of like a something that ki credible to kind of like a celebrate my birthday, because I always kind of like a somebody associate age with the success. Okay, yeah. And basically this is kind of like a thing, this is kind of like a thought process I always think in 2015, in 2016, in 2017. Always think that ki next year I will kind of like celebrate my birthday in Bombay, next year I will gonna celebrate my birthday in Bombay and things like that. but that next year did not came in 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Right now it's 25. Yeah. And basically is this thing that I am being kind of like some failure for last 10 year about the promises that I did and it's not happened. It just feel like failure, na dude, because you are failing non-stop for almost like a 10 year and still don't know the next year would be kind of like a failure too, because I don't know, dude. Okay, yeah, it just my work is a kind of like a simply I'm putting a lot of effort, by the way, but I do know that it takes time sometimes, but I think that na the the I think that na it's a kind of like a things that whatever you are feeling right now, it's a kind of like a simply mistakes that you did in the past or things like that, or in past several years or things like I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's not kind of like a simply things that probably what I think that na um, life is kind of like simply teaching you a couple of lesson, and basically that lesson came at particular exact period of time that you really wanted to learn and things like that. It kind of like simply prepared you for something will gonna come big, and for that purpose you just have to be prepared for that. So it's kind of like simply testify me regarding about this and that. So yeah, like I usually kind of like didn't record that much. Like I usually record, but it's just like that na I don't know, yeah, dude, it's a fucking thing. So in the future, okay, will you celebrate the birthday? Think about every possible result, okay, every possible scenario and things like that. I think that na regarding about birthday, okay, there is a one thing that I don't want to celebrate the birthday. Even if I'm became successful, I don't want to be celebrated. This is my personal thing. I don't want to celebrate my birthday. Okay, yeah. But I do understand that people around me, they are kind of like a something feel really good when they heard that I have birthday and things like that. And because of my birthday, it kind of like a giving them a reason of some sort of happiness and things like that. So let them be a happy, okay, let them be a kind of like a things. I know you don't really like your birthday, but other people like the birthday, now let them celebrate, let them things and stuff. Okay, it's not wrong. It's just you just have to kind of like a something live the day for others. That's kind of like a things. And I think that na this is the stuff that I should supposed to be learn. You shouldn't supposed to be think about that just whatever it is, whatever you have, or other people are kind of like a feels really happy, just be happy with them, and that's it. And it just kind of like a day na, you just have to kind of like a sustain just for a day, and that's it. Next day you are back in your home. Okay, yeah, you just have to kind of like a simply just suffer only one day na, so suffer this day. Okay, yeah. Whatever. All right, so this is it, and I'm gonna shower, and then after that I will gonna cut the cake. All right, and should I say happy birthday? I'm fucking not.